What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And pardon the noise in here, it's fucking insane. There's construction going on outside in the new park that they're creating. And the people upstairs from us and next door from us are doing the gut renovation construction. It's fucking obnoxious. I've been on my ass for a couple of weeks because I got into a little bit of a crash on the zoos and busted up my display, as you can see, and without the display the bike doesn't work. Busted up my ribs pretty good too, but otherwise I'm fine. So while I'm waiting for my part to come from China, I figured I'd give you an update on the Chimera. As you may know already, Chimera is fully funded on their Indiegogo at 120%. They are currently sold out of the Founders Edition with all the upgrades and everything titanium. However, I think you can still get the Standard Edition for $4,400. And if you're really interested in getting it, talk with me privately. I might be able to get you a discount, maybe a couple $100 off. The pricing and availability won't be available for too much longer though, because they're doing their first 100 bikes at these special prices. After that, pricing is going to change. But what's really cool right now too is if you go on their website, you can buy just the motorized frame. You know, if you have wheels that you want to use or bars that you want to use, seat, everything. If you just want the frame and the motor, you can buy that. I think it's $3,300 bucks. All right, so progress. According to the Chimera website and some updates from the email group list, they are in production. They are building the motors are being produced, and the frames are being welded, all the metals being fabricated, and the tubes are being welded together, the handlebars, the frame set, it's all coming together. They're on schedule. There's a really cool thing on their website too where you can kind of track their production. And it's set up like a graph where you can see all the various parts of the production timeline and where they are in the stage. So check that out. Another update is merch. You can see I'm wearing the Chimera Sigil t-shirt, which I won in a contest that they had for naming their handlebars. I came up with horns because Chimeras have horns and I like metal. But I think they are calling them white liners as well. So, and we'll talk more about that later, what that name means and why it's pretty cool. But also, they've been treating us early adopters really well in terms of merch. I got this really cool hoodie with the logo on it on the back and the front. Has the Chimera electric BMX on it. Really good quality. It's soft like a t-shirt inside, but nice and rugged, you know, hoodie material on the outside. And what I noticed when this came, the packing slip had my bike number on it. I am Johnny Prime, number 5. Johnny number 5.
Hello!
That's the real number 2.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Please, call me Johnny 5.
Johnny?
Really showing my age with that reference. But probably the most exciting thing right now is the new content. Austin dropped some killer new videos for us, both on his Instagram account and on the YouTube account. But if you haven't seen some of the old stuff, here's a little recap.
that.
All right, so remember when I was saying about the name of the handlebars being white liners? The reason they're called that is because they're a little bit shorter from grip to grip. That way you're a little more thin as you're going through cars, between traffic, between the lanes on the white lines. So that's why they're called white liners. You can maneuver between the cars a little bit easier without clipping someone's side view mirror because those bars are a little bit shortened. Made to break the rules. I like it. All right, so now on to the new stuff. And the cool thing is, like everything with Austin, part of it is educational. He takes the opportunity to show you some new content and also educate you about the bike, how it works, why he's doing what he's doing, and it's pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna watch it together with you, and I'll pause it at certain spots to talk about things based on some of the feedback that he gave me privately in our chats and conversations. By the way, any questions, you should definitely message him. Message the Chimera BMX account on Instagram. He's really quick to respond, and he's very enthusiastic to talk to you about the bike, to educate people about what the bike is doing, how it's different, how it's outperforming everything in its class. So definitely don't feel shy. Reach out, ask questions. All right, let's get into it. All right, so let me pause it right here. I'm going to read this from Austin's text message to me here about ride clip part 1, 10/12/22. So that's the clip we just watched, right? He says the bike is set to 3,800 watts with a max speed of 35 miles an hour. He says, if you notice, the bike can maintain 35 miles per hour even when it's climbing a gradient for quite a ways. He said that's how he likes to set the bike up, and it's probably how it's going to be when it comes out of the box. So that's pretty cool. If you have hills in your area, this thing is going to be able to maintain speed and climb. That's pretty cool, because most bikes, when you hit that hill and say you're doing 30 miles an hour, suddenly you hit the incline and now you drop to 25 miles an hour. That's not going to be the case if you keep the settings the way he likes it. All right, let's continue. And you see how easy it is to work on this bike? I mean, it looks complicated and confusing and complex. There's 2 chains, there's 1 motor here, there's something spinning there, but it's really not. It's all just like 1 or 2 tools, and he swaps out the gear like it's nothing. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now here you see he hit top speed of what looks like 38 miles an hour, right? So what he said about this is that in the videos where the speeds are kind of upwards of 35, he has the controller set to dedicate more available wattage to speed rather than torque. He said the acceleration off the line is the same, which is cool. So you still take off the line real quick if you ever like race somebody. But what happens is that at higher speeds, the controller is using more current to make the bike go faster. But if you notice, if you hit a little incline in those settings, the speed does drop. You know, so maybe you're going 38, and then the incline comes and you're down to 33. So that's why he likes that other setting where it can maintain that speed and maintain that torque even on an incline. So it just depends on what the rider likes. For me, New York is very flat with the exception of going over a couple of bridges. So I will probably keep my settings at max speed so that I can just rip past everybody. It's going to be pretty sick. They're going to see some, you know, BMX bike that suddenly is upwards of, you know, 38 miles an hour, almost 40 miles an hour, just ripping right by them. I can't wait to race the people with the juiced up Super 73s, and it's going to be fun. All right, so that's pretty intense. There's also some really cool stuff now that he's doing on his website. There's a blog section where every couple of weeks he jumps on there and explains something, or, you know, updates people on the progress of the build. And one of the really cool things that he did recently was he basically walked us through the wheel construction and the hubs and why he used mountain bike components for a stronger rim and hub build, a little bit different width of the rim as well. And one of the cool things that I like from this discussion was his breakdown of points of engagement on a hub. Check out this video. Now, I'm pretty simple when it comes to this. I like the sound of the one that has, you know, 200 plus points of engagement, because it sounds like a freaking angry hornet's nest. But there's a significant difference in quality and purpose with that build. And the way he explains it makes sense. It's really interesting. I had no idea about this stuff, you know. The stuff that I know about BMX was from when I was a kid, you know, with coaster brakes and, you know, jumping off ramps and doing wheelies and skids and everything like that. So this is all new to me, and it's all really fascinating. And like I said before, reach out to him with questions, comments, concerns. He's really receptive, and I'm happy to help out too with whatever little that I know so far. I'm happy to share that with you. As always, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your fucking grandma.